students, welcome back. So we were discussing about the commercial cells and we have seen three types are there: primary, secondary and fuel cells. One part we have discussed primary cells, that we have seen they are those cells which once used cannot be used again. Once they become dead, after it we will not be able to use. Now let's see the second part, secondary cells. Okay, secondary cells, these are those cells which can be recharged. These are those cells which can be recharged after use. After its use. It means like mobile phone that we are charging, then inverter batteries are there that we are charging. So whatever it's easy to charge, whatever we can charge. Okay, so that is the secondary cell. Okay, so it's easy to recharge. So this is of two types we have seen. So let's see the first one, lead storage batteries. Lead storage batteries. Okay, lead storage batteries used in cars. Best example, this lead storage is used in cars. We have seen the car battery. Okay, in that H2SO4 is there. So let's see. So in this case, in the lead storage batteries, anode is lead. It is made up of lead, or you can say a grid of lead, which is you can say that made up of spongy lead, porous, finely divided spongy, so that having pores and so that reaction can easily takes place on that surface. Okay, and cathode is also made up of the lead dioxide. So let's see. So this anode and cathode here, they are arranged on alternatively. They are arranged alternatively. Okay, so let's shade it. So shaded one are the different electrodes. Okay, so simple one is the anode, cathode like this. So we'll join these together. Okay, so these anodes, they are joined together, although they are in parallel. Then cathode also will join together, cathode. Okay, so this is the cathode that we have joined together. Okay, so this is the anode, they are positively charged anode, which is made up of lead. Okay, and this is the cathode here, negatively charged cathode, that is lead dioxide. Okay, and the electrolyte is here, it is filled with the electrolyte, that is 38% H2SO4. This is the electrolyte here. Fine. So this is the structure of lead storage batteries, how the cells are arranged, and and this basically this battery is used in cars or automobiles and all. Fine. So this battery, it produces 12 volts. Total is 12 volts, where each cell produce 2 volts. Okay, as they are arranged alternatively. Okay, so each cell produce 2 volts and total is 12. So 6 are there in total. 1, 2, 3. Fine. So 6 are there. 3 cathodes, 3 anode arranged alternatively. So, and we have connected anodes together, cathodes together. See, one anode, we have connected together, cathode, we have connected together. This combination is parallel, but then they have to connect it in series. Three, although they are alternatively arranged, but they are connected in series, they are joined together. But this connection is parallel, alternative one. Why we have connected together, all cathodes, all anodes together, so that we just get the more output from that. Okay. So let's see the reactions at anode and cathode. So at anode, lead is there. Lead will react with sulfate ions from the solution and lead sulfate gets formed, plus 2 electrons get lost. This is aqueous lead sulfate. Sulfate is aqueous here, so lead sulfate gets formed. Okay, sorry, it is not aqueous here, it's solid substance. Fine. Now at cathode, lead dioxide is present. Again, it will react with the electrolyte and H plus ion, and accept 2 electrons will give you again lead sulfate plus water. 2 molecules of water. Again, this is solid. Fine. Now let's see the overall reaction. So lead reacts with lead dioxide, solid, sulfate. See, as you can see, these are the reactions during during discharging, when the cell is getting used up, when it is in use. During discharging process. So see how the electrolyte is getting used. Sulfuric acid is getting used during the discharging process. So this will become lead sulfate will get cancelled out from here. 2 electrons will get cancelled out from here. Plus 2 SO4 2 minus plus 4H positive gives you what? Water. Water. Okay, this is on this side only, so it will not get cancelled out. Sorry for this. This will get added. This will get added. You will get 2 PbSO4. See the reaction. This is the overall reaction. Okay. So, and the acid that we are using, 38% H2SO4, its density is 1.30 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, now when the discharging process is taking place, so what will happen is that the electrolyte is getting used up, so its density also falls. Okay, during discharging, process, density of H2SO4 decreases. Okay, it decreases, and when it decreases to 1.20, that is 1.20, then it means cell needs to be recharged. Cell needs to be recharged. In that case, if density of dilute H2SO4 that we have used is less than 1.20, that case cell need to be recharged. Now what will happen? During recharging process, all the reactions get reversed. Recharging process, what will happen? We know that if the cell reactions have to be reversed, it means now the cell will see recharging. What we are doing? First of all, when we are using the cell, okay, it's in process, discharging is all the electrolyte, whatever is there, it is getting used up. Okay, then after that it will stop working like mobile, it will switch off. Then what you will do, you will connect the power from outside. That outside external voltage is applied. It means now all the cell reactions they just get reversed, and again the process will start. So now this cell will become, it will act as the electrolytic cell because external voltage is required. So now the cell reactions they will get reversed. So at anode what will happen now? Write down the reverse reaction, that PbSO4 solid plus 2 electrons are getting lost, and at cathode PbSO4 plus 2H2O gives you PbO2 plus 2 electrons plus 4H plus SO4 2 minus. Then overall reaction also get reversed. Overall reaction will become 2 PbSO4 plus 2H2O gives you PbS plus PbO2 plus 4H plus 2SO4 2 minus. Now why? So the reaction which we have written during the discharging process, that only you have to reverse and write down in the charging process. It's same, but you have to reverse the process. Reactants will become products, products will become reactant. And now how this process of recharging is possible, as here the lead and the lead dioxide which we are using, or the product which is getting from it, solid. Okay, so it sticks to the surface of the electrode and then allows the process to go smoothly. Okay, so this is about the lead storage battery. Okay, so this is about the lead storage batteries. Therefore, you can say it is in a position that lead, because as we are saying the lead gets sticks to the surface, therefore it is in a position to receive or either gain electrons. That's why the reactions are getting reversed. Next is the nickel cadmium cell, also known as Nicked cell. Nicked, in short, nickel and cadmium. Fine. Now this cell is having more life as compared to lead storage batteries, and they used in calculators. And they are having more life, that's why they are expensive also. Fine. Now this is at anode made up of cadmium, and at cathode is made up of nickel 4 oxide, that is nickel 4 oxide, nickel dioxide. Okay, and the electrolyte is here potassium hydroxide. So at cathode, what is the reaction? Nickel reacts with the electrolyte and forms cadmium hydroxide, and 2 electrons are getting lost. So this is at anode. Okay, at cathode, nickel dioxide is there, react with the 2 electrons, and then water, this is also solid, 2 molecules of water gives you nickel hydroxide plus 2OH minus. So these are the reactions which are taking place. Very simple cell used in the calculators and expensive also due to the nickel and cadmium elements, metals. So again, as we have seen in the lead storage batteries, the lead is getting stick to the electrodes and is adhered to the electrodes. So that's why it's in a position to receive or gain electrons. So therefore here also the process will remain same. Here also once it will get dead, again the reactions will become reversible and the cell will, you can say, become the electrolytic cell and it can function as the electrochemical cell. So in this way it will keep on working and never become dead. Okay, so this is the nickel cadmium cell. Fine. So the next type of cell we'll see in the next class. I hope I am clear till primary cells, or primary and secondary cells both. Fine. The next class we'll see the fuel cells. Okay. Till then, thank you.